Hello everyone, this is Dan Gramza, and welcome to Gramza Market Studies for Friday, November 20th. Greetings from Las Vegas. Well, stock indices, you see them kind of backing off a little bit here yesterday. We discussed that loss of momentum that we see here in the NASDAQ, for example. We couldn't get that real nice, healthy close above 1800. Day before yesterday, we did see some weakness came in here, but excuse me, from my perspective, I just don't feel bearish this market. The market backed off. It digested news. I'm looking for a quiet, but I'm looking for a positive day on Friday in the stock indices. Again, how the market digests Friday is going to be important for us, and I just don't really see it in a negative light structurally because of where we are. Now, when it comes to that market, check out the currencies. Kind of a mixed bag here. If you look at the euro and the Swissy, they were, sell-off, buying. They reached magnitude objectives as they moved through these ranges. Japanese yen firmed up. That's a big deal because right now it means that some carry trades would be also unwrapped because that's what the dollar did. The dollar got stronger today, and so did the so did the yen. So interesting levels here for that. The 113 level for yen is going to be a biggie deal if we can get up towards that range. The Aussie, British pound, and Canadian dollars would not be surprised to see continued softness going into the weekend. So we're looking for selling in those markets. Interest rates, the short end of the curve, we're seeing still plodding away at it. Look at these guys. They're just, nice and steady, 60-degree move, very healthy. Again, nothing telling us to stand aside. Notes, on the other hand, what a mixed bag. We're at significant levels. This 119.24 level is a big deal. We cannot get a commitment through it, yet we find buyers on the break. This is a market setting up for potentially a sideways market. Same thing, the bonds. This is a bearish setup here, but it's a mixed bag. This is bearish as it's made these highs in that kind of pattern. But you can see at the midpoint of the benchmark candle, we do find these buyers. So today we're looking for kind of an unchanged, relatively quiet day in those markets. Excuse me. Now, the metals markets. As I mentioned to you yesterday, that this kind of structure implies sideways market, and that's really what we're seeing. The market breaks to the downside, we find buyers. Same thing for silver. Copper, on the other hand, did remain a little more bearish, but looking for metals to really go sideways. We're not looking for a really strong move one way or the other unless something fundamentally comes out today that could fuel that kind of move. In the energy markets, well, crude oil backed off. As the dollar gets stronger, that's one of the factors that you look at with crude oil. Our capacity utilization is, really around 79%. There's plenty of room there. There's not a shortage of crude out there. If the dollar does get stronger, this should also back off a little bit more. And right now there's nothing. I should tell you something about that too. If you look at how this market came back, it came back through that sell point. So that would be 55 cents in here, that move, and that would be $220 if you're looking at the mini contract. That'll give you an idea of what's going on with that. Natural gas, have we gotten low enough to find buyers? Well, we found them over here, and we did get some follow through, and that's the question for today. Can we get follow through? And I think it's 50-50. This is a very bullish setup. Just do not have a lot of confidence in that market. So it'll be interesting to see how we unfold today. Now, let's move on here a bit. And one of the things I want to show you are the grains. Let's take a look at those. Excuse me. Yesterday's the soybeans backed off, and they went back through that sell point. The difference right here in that move, the dollar value of that was 40 cents or $2,000 per contract. And it's a mixed bag here. We're finding sellers at 10.50, but if we can take those highs out, this could be a pretty strong move up here. Corn also, very bullish setup. I think that's got some potential here to the upside. Really kind of an interesting setup there for that. This is 5 cents. We had a buy point over here. Yesterday it went through that sell point, so that would be $250 a contract. And in wheat, it also went through that sell point, and that difference would be 48 cents or $2,400 is the dollar value of that move. What are we looking for actually though? We're looking for another push back to the upside. This is not super bearish for these grains, especially corn and wheat. So it'll be interesting to see if these buyers can follow through, especially on a Friday. Well, this concludes today's market studies. Hope you found a few ideas helpful. Have a wonderful weekend, and I'm looking forward to being with you again next week. And in the meantime, take care.